Hi, my name is Becca and I'm the Youth Education Specialist with Pacific Whale Foundation. I'd like to introduce you guys to our latest educational activity where we are going to design an animal obstacle course together. This is something that is fun for all ages and it's great because it engages not just your brain but also your body. I don't know about you guys, but I know I've been trying to include some extra physical movement into my day-to-day life right now. It's easy to kind of just stay stationary with our at-home activities, but it doesn't have to be that way. So this is something that you can do while staying safe and comfortable indoors, and if you have the option to, you can even take it outdoors. I know I'm going to design and build my animal obstacle course in my backyard because my indoor space isn't quite ideal for it. But this is definitely something that you can do indoors, so I do encourage you to get creative. And then after you've replicated it, please share it with us. We'd love to hear from you guys. You can tag us, message us on Facebook, Instagram, any of our social media platforms, and you can also send us an email at education@pacificwhale.org. We are going to focus our Pacific Whale Foundation Animal Obstacle course on the challenges that humpback whales face throughout their lifetime. You can definitely, please, we encourage you, you can join us by focusing on humpback whales and replicating these same challenges in your obstacle course. Or if you want, you can look into a different species that you find particularly interesting. There's literally millions of different animals that we share this planet with, and they all have their own special, unique variation of challenges, and some of the challenges of course are also overlapping between different species. So we encourage you not just to follow along with humpbacks, but to also look into some other animals that you may find interesting. With humpback whales, we're not going to focus on every challenge that they face during their lifetime. We're really going to focus on 4 of the main challenges. So the first challenge will be migration, the second challenge, feeding, third challenge, predators, and the fourth challenge will be entanglement. Hawaii is actually the only state in the United States of America where humpback whales come to mate, give birth, and nurse their young. So it's a pretty special and just overall extraordinary place to study humpback whales in their natural environment. Some of the population of the North Pacific humpback whales spend their winter months down here in Hawaii with us. You may be wondering, why aren't they staying in Hawaii longer? It must be a really beautiful place. Well, there's one big issue with them being down here in Hawaii. There's no food for them. So although this is a safe area for them to give birth to their young, warm water, absence of predators, it's not a good place for the whole year because there's no food for them. So once they've completed their mission down here in Hawaii, they make their way back up north to their feeding grounds near Alaska. And just like you and I can imagine, it's a long plane ride from Hawaii to Alaska, and it's even longer of a journey if you're swimming the whole time. Even if you're an animal the size of a school bus, it's quite a trip. So it's about a 3,000-mile journey each way from Hawaii to Alaska. It takes a lot of energy to travel using just your body. So humpback whales, they need to be physically fit to get up there all the way again from Hawaii to Alaska, and it's pretty remarkable that they're able to do it. 3,000 miles and they're just swimming there. I will say they're rather slow swimmers, but they get the job done. As you can imagine, once they finally make their way up to the cold, nutrient-rich waters of Alaska, they are very hungry. And they're typically going after 2 main sources of food. The first one is krill, and the second one is small schooling fish. And they go after their prey using 2 main feeding techniques. The first one being lunge feeding, where the animal lunges forward with an open mouth and then takes in not just an enormous volume of food of small schooling fish or krill, but also a lot of seawater, right? That's the same thing that would happen to us if we open our mouths underwater. And again, just like us being mammals, we don't want to drink seawater. Neither does the humpback whale, and they have the special advantage of those baleen plates in their mouth. So using the baleen plates that hang down from their upper jaw, they can filter out the seawater, keeping the food inside their mouth. So then they only have to swallow the krill or the small schooling fish, not the salt water. The second main feeding technique is called bubble net feeding. And if you've never seen a video of this before, I highly recommend you check out the video we've included along with this link, this video. It's footage that was taken up in Alaska by scientists with the University of Hawaii, and it's showing and explaining just how bubble net feeding works, and it's truly one of the most remarkable coordinated efforts or feeding techniques that I've seen any animal perform. Definitely recommend checking it out. You may be wondering why humpbacks don't just spend their entire lifetime up in the cold, nutrient-rich waters near Alaska if that's where all their food is. You know, why would they leave there? Why would they want to go anywhere else if that's where their food is? Well, there's something else up there that humpbacks are not crazy about, and that's predators. The orca whales, also known as killer whales, are the top predator for humpback whales. They're considered actually to be the apex predator in the entire ocean. And right, everyone's got to have a meal. So humpbacks are a prey item for orca whales, and typically orcas will be going after young humpback whales within the first year or so of the humpback's life. When you look at the flukes of a humpback, sometimes we see evidence of past attempts from orcas going after whales. There's rake marks left behind. Usually it's found on the flukes of the animal, and those are scars that'll last for a lifetime. But entanglement is basically when a humpback whale becomes wrapped up or entangled in derelict or lost fishing gear. So that includes fishing nets, fishing line, and other fishing equipment that may get tangled up on the whale's body, and the whale is not able to easily free themselves from it. So this issue causes both direct and indirect problems for the humpback, and it's something that we see with humpbacks all around the world. So not only does it make it very difficult for the humpback whale to swim and perform regular bodily functions, but if it does cut the animal, it may cause an infection and other issues like that are of course very damaging to the health of the animal. Pacific Whale Foundation are actually authorized responders with the Large Whale Entanglement Program and the Marine Mammal Stranding Program run by NOAA Fisheries. So we feel very proud and privileged to be a part of the initiative to disentangle whales when that does become an issue down here around Hawaii. All right, so now that you've learned all about the 4 main challenges that we're going to focus on during our humpback whale animal obstacle course, let's get to it. I'm going to set up my course and run through it with you guys. And again, please don't leave me hanging. Please join me by doing this at home with your family. Get your parents involved, maybe even get your pets involved. Who knows, right? There's a lot of possibilities, and just get moving and learning about some of the challenges that other animals are facing during their lifetime. All right, so now you can see the animal obstacle course that I've designed to specifically target those 4 main obstacles that we're focusing on for humpback whales. One being migration, and we're going to show that by running back and forth from the feeding grounds in Alaska, where humpbacks spend their summertime, all the way over to the other hula hoop, which is representing the winter breeding grounds for humpbacks, and we're focusing on Hawaii for that one. So we'll run back and forth a little bit for that, show a couple years of migration for humpback whale. And then our next obstacle is feeding. So you can see my humpback stomach over there, that metal bowl from my kitchen. And then you'll notice there's some dish rags scattered about. So each rag represents a group of small fish or krill that we are going to try to consume and put into our stomach as quickly as we possibly can. And then after that, some orcas have showed up, and we want to get out of there. We want to hightail it away from the orcas because they're predators for us, right? We don't want to become prey to them. So that takes a lot of energy on our part as the prey. And we're going to do 10 jumping jacks, 10 seconds of high knees, and 10 more jumping jacks. And then, unfortunately, we got ourselves entangled in some lost or derelict fishing gear and net, and it's causing us all kinds of trouble. And we're going to represent the derelict fishing net with a beach towel that we're going to wrap around our body. And then luckily the large whale entanglement response team came down here in Hawaii and helped free us. So all right, thank you so much. Join me for this, and make sure to share your own obstacle course. Thank you all so much for learning about our animal obstacle course. And again, I look forward to seeing your videos. Don't forget to tag us on Facebook, Instagram, shoot us an email at education@pacificwhale.org, and I look forward to seeing you during another educational video. Mahalo!